Right? Keep it going. I said target is 68 and a quarter. Next target. So anything below that in free fall. Nice trade. There is the last known support. I said we wanted to try to get a trailer. Obviously in a corrective mode. Next target was 68 and a quarter. So anything below that is the gravy part. 65.75 was that next low, right? There it is right here. Bingo. I understand. I said get your trailer. The idea was to get a trailer. If you take profits at the 71, you cover all but your trailer. Because news is coming out. And then you look for that 68 and a quarter. That's your first big target. And then if we can get past that, obviously that's 65 and a half. So my suggestion, take some profits here. Cool thing. All right, flatten it out, and it should bounce a little bit on this news. And we can go to any low. And on a day like today, when you wake up and the market's weak, I said half gap and gap are available today, but they're risky, not worth it. Playing the trend. You get lucky if you'll play the trend. Here's your 10. Here's your 15. Right? Next target, 68 and a quarter, hit. Once you see it, take something. And if you've got a trailer, fine. Day like today, you don't want to be a hero. Try to fade the trend. It's clear. Here's your 30. And why 76 resistance? Why did I say 76 was our resistance? Yeah, Jay. I was up early. I started playing early. I just got up and I said, you know what? These guys are right back here. When this came this morning, I got up early. When this came back and held the 82s, I said we're gonna bust this and go test that 73 to 68. That was my next big idea, and I'm trying to remember that 65, 75. Great trade. The market tipped its hand yesterday. Remember Zeke kept saying, he came in saying, I really think we're gonna plunge. And I said, we've been saying that for a long time. You're going to be right one of these days and right big. And if you believe that, I said, you've got to try and get a trailer. Take your stop outs and get a trailer. If you're going to scalp, long or short, you might as well be scalping in a direction that you think it's going to go. And that's how you win with the trailers. All right, if you covered, and my suggestion is you take some profits, you don't have to buy. A day like today, we'll get some sharp bounces here and there, but, you want to hit the bounces. We said we're playing with the trend. Yeah, I've got, I had 68 and a quarter as WT2. And then on this, yeah, I had 67 as next, and then obviously the 62 area as next support. But visibly on the charts, we said there's a 65, 75 that we could see. So I would suggest covering. When the market gives us a gift, you got to get paid. We can go to any low today. So we're going to keep this 76 as, resistance. I don't want to see it above that. If we start to bleed back above that, then anything goes. And sometimes you'll get, sharp bounces. So that then 75, that flipped, and that's why traders that were trying to go, buy against an umbrella doesn't make sense. This will take time, I believe. And sometimes you'll get a, you get a sharp bounce against it, but it's still not worth it right now to be trying to buy. If you were in this and got your profits, no worries taking profits. Doesn't mean you have to buy against a strong trend. Well done.